In Moodle, there is setting for Auto Create Group. With this you allow Moodle to automatically create groups for you. With this you can create new groups and groupings, or create groups from the existing groups and groupings. Let's now see how to auto-create groups. In the course settings, open User tab and choose Groups. Then click on Auto Create Group. In the general settings, for naming the group, there are two options, with letters or numerals. Group @* will generate Group A, Group B, Group C, etc. Group # will generate Group 1, Group 2, Group 3 and so on. Next, specify the number of groups required or the number of members in each group. Based on this, the groups are auto-created. For example, here, I have decided to have 4 groups, to administer 4 different versions of a reading test in a course consisting of 250 students. Next, the membership in each group can be decided based on some settings here. The first setting here is obviously student. Next, I am not selecting students from a specific grouping or group but from the whole cohort. So this will remain none. Depending on the purpose of the group, selections can be made from here as to the membership of the auto-created group. Next, the allocation of students in each of these groups can be based on one of these factors. Here, I chose a random selection of students. Finally, it is important to include only the active users. We can set a new grouping for auto-created groups, again based on the purpose of the groups. But, my purpose here is to create 4 groups for 4 versions of a test, with a random selection of students in each, from my entire course cohort. So, this will remain no grouping. Finally, preview your auto-created groups and submit. Now the new groups are auto-created. Let's now see how the test versions are assigned to the 4 auto-created groups. On the home page, first turn editing on. In the desired location, now create the activity. Here, a quiz. Give an appropriate name and fill in all the required settings regarding availability, timing, attempts, etc. In the common module settings, it is important to make sure it is set to separate groups. Then, in the Restrict Access settings, click on Add a restriction, and choose Group, because we only set up the 4 groups in group mode and not groupings. From the list of groups choose the auto-created group, Group A. This is to restrict access to only Group A. Finally, save and return to the course to view the activity. You see that this test is available only to Group A students, who are randomly selected from the whole cohort. Then follow the same steps for Group B, C and D. Now each of these activities assigned to groups A, B, C, and D are ready for adding questions according to each version of the test.